Now, I'm not saying I'm doing this stream just for one person, but I kind of want to start when Moon Ghost is here, or I'll do a little recap, because I don't remember, I can't say I remember exactly when, like, quote-unquote the good stuff starts. And then for those that have not watched any of them, this is basically Doki Doki Literature Club, but with filmmaking. It's a lot. There's during their meetings, they have VHS tapes that they listen to, and it's like big educational ones about filmmaking. I've kind of brushed through those a little bit because they get really heavy. And so what I am doing already, here we go. There it is. There it is. There's my friend. There's my friend. Okay. So I don't know. Should I start a few pages back? Not pages. Not full-blown pages. Don't worry about that. Okay. And let's... I actually got a lot of things done early. Feels awkward. Uh-oh. I didn't know it would change. Let's get this back to where it was. It's almost there. Nah. I think we did it. Yeah, we did it. Okay. Enough of this. And so if you're here a little bit late, eventually, then you can... My mic is quiet. Hold on. I'm usually all good with this. Maybe it's just... Let me pull down the volume because... How about that? Because my mic is... I know for a fact maybe the audio is too loud. Is the audio normal now? Compared to me? Because I haven't changed any settings. You're faking me out. You're faking me out. Let me know right now before we start. I can't tell if you're lying. I can't tell if you're lying. Do I really have to listen into my own stream? Is that what this has come to? All right. I'll have to listen to my own stream. Is that what this has come to? All right. I'll have to listen to my own stream. All right. I'm going to do it really quick without the mute. All right. I'm going to do it really quick without the mute. I can hear that. I can hear that. I muted it right now. Come on. I haven't changed anything. You don't clip it. I can hear that. I muted it right now. Come on. See how I can hear me in the background? I haven't changed anything. You don't clip it. I hope you didn't come to this stream just to mess with me. My goodness. How could you do that to me? How could you hurt me like that? Because I'm looking at my mic and there's green and then there's the yellow part that says you're talking too loud. Maybe I'll put it up so it's a little bit more in the yellow. Is this what you want? What about not? What about now? Is this in the yellow? Is this better? This is literally in the yellow. So if it goes in the red, then it says it's too loud. Boy, I didn't know I sounded that nasally. What do you mean a little bit better? It's in the yellow. I don't know what to tell you. My mic always goes to the red. My mic never goes to the red. I don't. No, I can hear me right now. We're good. We're moving on. All right. Are we okay with that? Well, hold on. Let me hear myself with the music. Okay, I'm checking with the music. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't you think? Okay. I didn't know my voice was so nasally. I blame the kid that coughed on me when I was getting ice cream. You know how there's like Dairy Queen and you stand in line on the outside and like mom and pop ice cream shops. And this kid walks up and he's double digit age. He's not 3, okay? He's like 10. And he just starts doing that like really steady, slow, high pitch cough, like just right in my face, smiling. And the dad's right there. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with that? Knock him out? Wanted to, but I decided against it because I'm better than that. Let's see. And now the big thing is making sure my eyes are good. Let's see. Think my eyes are beautiful right here. Okay. I am starting. Not from the beginning. Do not worry about that. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, the mic might be a little, hold on. Maybe, is it at the right angle? I don't know. I might have hit it. Anyway, it's in the yellow. Okay. And also, we've been working on our grammar and our spelling throughout this. And I was very happy that I've been able to see my poor grammar. And just sipping on my watermelon soda and calling it. But now I have to have my eyes open. My eyes open. Open. Okay. Load. Why is there no load? Well, the good news. There. Okay, good. All right. So this is right before hold on, we decide not to separate the two topics. Oh, so this is about I believe color and light. So let's go through this very, 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 very quickly. Let's start with color. There are many limitations that film faced when they first got started. A big one was that they only could work in black and white as a time of color and introduce a film in the form of painting each frame. It was obviously tiresome and it kind of looked pretty unrealistic. So each one of these were... No, you did not. I just started. I'm going to go through color and light. By the time 1939 film was officially, they were being filmed with the true color process. It opened a whole new world for filmmakers. We could use color as an aspect of storytelling and mood. And does my voice sound more nasally than normal? I feel like it sounds more nasally than normal. I might be sick. I don't know. There are 3 distinct foundations of how color is categorized. Hue, saturation, the intensity of color, and value, lightness or darkness. This does not mean that the value is only black and white. I just put that color from lightest to darkest. I'd like to make very, very clear that colors do not have a set emotions behind them. Not everyone sees red as loud and angry, as well as seeing blue as calm and cooling. The director can only do what they think is best for the film. You can't please everyone all the time, which is the truth. Though colors don't always equal emotions, let's go with some emotions that are believed to go with these colors. Red, passion, danger, violence, anger, power, love. Pink, beauty, femininity, innocence, playful, empathy. Orange, youth, exotic, sociability, happiness, friendly, and warmth. Yellow, naive, madness, insecurity, sickness, obsessiveness, and idyllic. Frosty, wait a minute. Who is this? Who are you? I haven't... Usually, we got one guy named Rats, and he's the only one that makes, like, that noise. So, Frosty Foxy, you got me off guard. But green, nature, ominous, danger, darkness, immaturity, and corruption. So we're getting through this before we get to blue, calm, color, passively, isolation, melancholy, cerebral. Purple, mythical, fantasy, internal, I don't know, and ominous. Like I said, this isn't a formula, a certain combination of colors. Here, so I'll go through this. I just wanted to get the party started. So I am going to post this up when I'm done. I'm going to make sure I get the grammar correct. And if you want to get to some of this educational stuff right here, you can. I just don't want to get caught up in it because I know... Ooh, look at that. I don't want us to get caught up in just the educational part. You know what I mean? Unless we truly, desperately want it. But I don't think... I'm not sure that we do right now. Sessions about lighting. So it's showing different lightings. But lighting is super important. Lighting makes images look a billion times better. That's what separates the amateurs from the professionals, basically. Other stuff, of course, but lighting really, really is. Okay, and it says you can get light other places, and that's the straight brightness, lumens, foot candles. That's actually a form of measurement. Lumens count. And let me make sure. All right, let me see. I feel like there. Does that fit? That looks like it fits a little bit better. Okay. So foot candles equal this. Inverse square law. Diffusion. Soft light, softbox. Color temperatures, light meters. Hard soft light. Color temperature. And your name looks Frosty Foxy. Yes, where did you find me? Did you find me on Twitter with my various tweets? We're almost done, I promise, with this part. I must do film, let's see, light bulbs. There's different kind of light bulbs, LED, LFTs. The ones that construction workers use, barn doors, kind of chain, Fresnel lenses, PAR lenses, hydro medium. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know that if, see, this is only if you like really care about it. Like if you are big time caring about it, then you can go back and read all this. You have no idea how you found me? Well, aren't you glad you did? Aren't you glad you did? You get to hear this visual novel that I created. I made all this. This was a bitch to make. This took probably around 2 years to make by the end here. But I'm actually quite proud of it. Okay, and we're towards the festival day. My voice is lovely. Okay. Oh, I just want to go back. I don't want to be like, look at this, but every day the sound has changed a little bit. So like day 1, it was kind of happy sounding. This is, I think, day 7. And the sound has become this. Just a little something something. Dot, 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 dot. Morning, Yuri. Time to do... Man, what was I supposed to do? And I have to... Moon Ghost, I know. If I become an idol on the Tootsie Q, which I so will, they know it. They might even be listening right now. And I'm letting you know. We're gonna make this happen. I'm all pumped up for it. I think we can make this happen. And my hand gets wrapped in curly fry cord as I try to bring it to my face. Hello? Oh yeah, this is back in the late 90s. Super proud. The only thing I wish is I spent a little bit more money to have the rig give me the files so I can get these eyes just to stay open forever. If you know how to make eyes stay open forever on VTube Studio, let me know in the future, because I don't care if I don't blink. Hey, you pumped up for today? I was looking forward to this all last night. Keep jumping back from cold sweats to hot sweats until I passed out of exhaustion. Who is this? Who do you think? Nagy? Remember from the club, the short one? Oh yeah, and she's gonna... There's the one jump scare, and I'll tell you right before, because it threw me off too. The cute one, you gotta remember. It's Nagy, yes, I know. I was the one who... Okay. This store is huge. Oh, now we're gonna go to get rent the equipment out. Clarence, can I help you? I can't do I can't wait. I guarantee you, Moon Ghost. I guarantee you will not understand the ending. 100%. 100%. And I'm very I'll say one of the proudest things is you'll see the future. There's a future logo. And I love how it looks because I feel like it's super realistic. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I'm sorry, it's just you're so big. Sorry to freak you out there. My name's Gouda. I've never even read these names. And you're filming everything, okay? Yes, we want to buy this tripod actually. The best camera you got. Are you sure? Do you think we're some haberdasher poor person? The most expensive one, please. The best one we have is about 3 million yen. Some of the best quality cameras can go up to 15 plus yen, depending on the professionality shooting sometimes. If you're professionally shooting, professionality. And that doesn't even include lenses themselves. Lenses cost more than cameras a lot of times. Oh, I skipped one. Though the news stations tend to have fixed zoom cameras, which just means that their lens is permanently attached to the camera. Fixed lens and attached. So fixed lens means it's on the camera for good. You can't change it. Instead of changing out lenses, they simply use buttons on the camera to zoom the lens in and out. What? 15 million? That's super, super serious expensive. It is, isn't it? But that baby can shoot 8K, 50 megapixel sensor. Jeez. Sorry if I sound like I'm bragging. It's the newer camera. I haven't been able to nicely show it off to anyone. Thanks for letting me show it off to you and your lady friend here. Lady friend? I'm sorry, aren't you two together? No, not at all. At the moment. Oh, Nagy. Here, let's get a sound. At the moment. What? It's not easy to hide text. I'm not trying anything. Anyway, I didn't want you to waste your time, sir. I just wanted to show her what a camera store looks like before we potentially rent out. Uh-oh. I missed a quotation mark at the beginning of this one. This is why we're here. I'll tell you. I swear I've reread through this like 1,000 times, and I'm still finding grammar. Oh, and I also, looking back, I was looking through my hard drive, like really cleaning it out, and I wrote to Dan, I think you pronounce it Slavato, you know, the Doki Doki Literature Club guy, and he wrote back. So it was cool. Off the hook, but he didn't I don't think he read through it, but still. A film festival, you say? Hey, Yamato, come here. What is it? Why, hello. Welcome to our establishment. Yeah, he's one of the only ones with like an American name. I just kind of realized that. Sorry. Welcome to our establishment. They're trying to get a film festival together for their school. How fun. Where do you go? Sencha HS High School. But we're in college. Isn't Sencha HS high school? It sure is. So why do you say you're from college? Hey, why would you look like that? Like what? You're all black and white. Oh, budget cuts. Don't worry about it. Trust me, the future will be bright. It always is. And I have to say, it's nice to meet a father-daughter establishment. Actually, I'm 40. No. Yes. I just had my 40th birthday last week and kind of went into full midlife crisis mode. You're saying that took that all out of me. But you saying that took it all out of me. It was a reference that... How do I not know that and you know that? I literally live there. What's your name, young lady? I never saw the movie. Nagi or Nagi. I think it would be a delight to sponsor you guys in your little festival project. Right? Gouda? Wait a minute. Why? You know what? Maybe I did. See, here's the deal. Things start to slowly twist, and this is the last time I'll say it because it takes the fun out of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I did this on purpose or not. I feel like I did, where it's a little thing like the names are wrong, but no one's correcting anything. This is just all normal. She's a sketch, black and white. They're just rolling with it. You know. We would love to. We'll let you guys borrow some of our equipment. You could put a banner in our shop somewhere in the classroom. That sounds great. That is really nice. Come back when you're ready to rent out some things. Thank you again, guys. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I had my name. Yes. I did not have my name. So I will take another photo and I will point. There we go. Got it. That was really nice. Come back when you're ready to rent out some things. Thank you again, guys. Yes, thank you so much. We will see you soon. Yes. Lovely meeting you two. Look, you look like quite the lovely couple. We aren't a couple, but thank you anyway. Hey guys, you guys are reminding me of something. Have you ever heard of Mila's VHS filmmaking series? Uh-oh. Our president actually bought some of her series of Mila's tapes recently. You have a series too? I actually had to watch them for a little touch-up. Never hurts to go back to the basics. Luckily, I remember most of it. Do you guys have any bonus tapes they came out with? Bonus tapes? After the release of the main collection, they came out with a few standalone VHSs. They're pretty rare to find them. Did your president buy any of those? I don't think she did. I have one if you have time to watch it. I'll go through this quick. It's all about tripod, stabilizer, anything you can attach a camera to. Awesome. I'll go through this fast, okay? It's all about, like, tripods and things that hold up cameras. My name is Rose, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. You might find this interesting if you want to get into filmmaking, but for right now, I'm just going through it. I'm going over pan, tilts, all sorts of stuff. You hear me? I can do like that quick meet, that quick next, but I'm afraid I don't want to go too fast. Look at that walk. Look at that strut. Look at that loop. Awesome. So pedestal. So there's all sorts of shots, all the different names. What do you mean tomato? What about tomato? Catwalk, yeah. What about tomato? I think you said, I don't, it's a reference. Okay. No, this isn't it. Okay. No jump scare, don't worry. Thanks again, Yuri. I learned a lot, but I might not remember most of it. You got to see that camera equipment up close and personal. That's all that matters. Great. Now he goes in for a big hug. I have no time to react. I'm not the best at hugs, but with my arms pinned to her side, I can't really be faulted for it. Wow, you smell like peaches. Thanks. You smell like burnt rubber and sweat. You know, in a good way. My father works as a manager of an asphalt company. That's what my father did. And he lost all of his money because his father got Alzheimer's and spent all the money. Nagy is going to die, isn't she? I don't remember. That's the truth. I don't remember. Sometimes he would take it out on me at his office and show me the actual plant. And it is true. I would go see, he like ran the whole company. And whenever I smell like burnt rubber, I think about that. Let's find out. His company also makes vehicles, so welders would be down there. They look really scary, but they were super nice. I remember I wanted to wear one of those metal masks, and one of the workers let me. I really wanted to try and weld, but my dad was a little nervous on it. I did press the torch for a millisecond. This sounds all like what I did. But I don't recognize myself as Nagy. And I don't look like her. That was weird. But beautiful in a way. You should bring your father to the festival to see the future work. Oh, the sound, you can't hear it. He actually oh. Oh, man. What do I say? Oh, wait, do I have... Oh, whatever. Okay. I'm sorry, Nagi. There we go. All right. Guess who broke the stereotype? Every single visual novel that I have seen anywhere, the guy has black hair. So this is me putting a middle finger to the man and saying no. I will not have this guy have black short hair. I mean, honestly, I haven't read a lot of visual novels. I mean, I've watched some anime. I'm much more Western animation. But I swear, every single one of these, like, love stories, the guy has short black hair. So I said no. I said no to society. Okay, sorry. She's squeezing. I can feel her pulse. I knew I smelled rubber. Wait. I knew when I smelled rubber, this sentence, she says she's gonna cry because she smelled burnt rubber. She cried because she smelled burnt rubber. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Nagy. I just don't get it. Why was he taken away from my mother and I? They say that he works in mysterious ways, but why that way? So the world can see another stereotypical sad schoolgirl breakdown? Is that what they wanted? Because they're getting it right now. So grab a fancy camera tripod and take some pictures and hang on this misery wall. Oh dear. I don't know what to do. I can actually feel some tears soak through my shirt. Nagy, if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. You can. What is it? Just stay here a little longer. Moon Ghost, you ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it. Dot, dot, dot. I think there's supposed to be a sound effect here. Yeah. Jeez. Shoot. All right, everyone. My name is Reki, and I got some bad news. Due to multiple reasons, we can't get the code to work for day 7. Oh, man. Please don't blame me or anybody else. We're using an older OS and the backup files are corrupt. Yes, this is true. So, the good news is that VHS tapes were made in advance. So we still have those. I apologize for talking to you directly. This trope has been done a lot, but it doesn't have the same bite as it did once. That sentence is all about, like, people are used to it, I guess is what that's trying to say. We brainstormed how to make this cooler, but it came off as being done on purpose. But also I'd like to say that referencing that you know that it's a trope doesn't necessarily make it better. I know sometimes a lot of people with humor say that they're cringy, and for some reason that makes it okay. So I did what I had to do, but we couldn't. So here we are. Moral of the story, back up your hard drives. Get the new SSD type as well. And create some free email accounts that give you a little bit of free storage space. This is true. You usually don't even need a phone number and could just make all of them similar. Reki Drive 1, blah, Reki. This is what I did. I did like a bunch of Gmails in a row, and I forgot what I named them, but I put like this 1, this 2. And basically made my own hard drive. Or being on the cloud, whatever you want to call it. And so on. We just hope you're learning some stuff from this. It's kind of the whole point that this thing was made. Sorry again, guys. Hello, hello, hello! Mila here, and welcome to the VHS series of mine. Bass fishing is a super great sport to get into. A tasty one, in fact. True, yes it is. So do you know the 4 type of fishing poles? Do you? Do you? The big ones, the little ones, the rusty ones, and the ruby ones. What about the glass ones? Oh yes, how could I forget the glass ones? Thank you again for participating in our focus group, Yuri. Where's the rest of the group? The type of water you'll fish in is also going to be determined on what fish you'll be expecting to get. Can a focus group consist of 1 person? Not gonna catch a whale in a bathtub. We're thinking and doing nothing but catching bass. Wait. I am so sorry. That was the wrong tape. I'm so embarrassed right now. You know what? We're pulling the plug on this day. In case you forget, there's some romantic tension all around you at that school. It almost never happens in the real world, but it's happening with you. Okay? Romantic tension. All of them. Gonna be able to remember that? Nope. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. I didn't do one where if you clicked it like 50 times that it would say something else, but you basically have to say yep. Okay, good. Hang in there. You got this. Embrace the uneasiness. Well, Moon Ghost, that cute girl is gone. And it is now... Ooh. This place is so pretty. but it's so warm. I better put on my pink sweater. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Wasn't that a great way to give that a backstory? Much better. We should have storyboarded a bit more, but we can just take a look around and make some notes. Some film productions have one person hired specifically for this kind of stuff. We don't even have the budget to hire. We don't even have the budget to hire actors. To hire actors. So much of that. Okay. I know that, Nagy. Luckily, some of my friends will do it solely for lunch and pastries. That's very nice of them to do. Why can't I be in the film, Okimi? Nagy, we're supposed to be focusing on making the film. You're not supposed to be acting in it. We have a drama club at school, but you chose the cinema club. Senshi Cinema Society, you mean? I really could care less on the name. Gasp. But you get my point. You can have many passions in life right now. I think Yuri will like that we actually work together using some of the equipment. Because if we want to have this as a career, have to deal with others who may have different personalities. What is that supposed to mean? We're friends, but don't exactly have the same mindset. But we're friends, but don't exactly have the same mindset when it comes to filmmaking. I want to make films. You don't want to make films? No, it's just my videos are mostly nonverbal, and yours are more chaotic at times. You know, none of us have made a film with dialogue yet, right? Right. We should try to add dialogue to this. Is dialogue in the original script? No. Then let's not complicate things. When are your friends going to show? Should be soon. But they do tend to be late at a lot of events, so we can start setting up the cameras. You mean like the aperture and stuff? Aperture has more to do with depth of field. I was thinking of the white balance and what lens to use first. Wait, what is it? Did you bring any lenses for the camera? I didn't bring any extra lenses. Was there even a lens attached to the camera? It looks like a kit zoom lens. Got 2mm numbers on it. It says 18 to 55. That'll be perfect. ... Hello guys. How are we? My name is Poi and... Oh my goodness, aren't you the cutest thing ever? Love the dress. Perfect tea party and gossip in that sundress. I don't even know if that's a sundress. I probably said it wrong. Thanks. Comment down below if I said it was a sundress and it's not. Alright, what's wrong? So, are you guys making a film? Did you tell them to shove it and scram? I was going to. Not like that, but... I know this is going to be the worst timing of two statements, but... She's telling me you guys have to leave. But actually go to your school and wondering if I can join the club. How could you ask such a thing after kicking us out? Who gives you that right? I work as the groundskeeper, and my boss is nearby and I don't want to get in trouble. Nagi, she's only doing it because she has to. Look at her. Not a mean bone in her body. She's even shaking a little bit from this. So, can I join? Sure. Oh my, thank you. Can I bring in a film that I made for the next meeting? When is the next meeting? It's on Tuesday, and we would love for you to come. Oh, you guys are so great. What are your names again? Okimi. And I'm Betsy Suo. I go by BS for short. Okay, Okimi. And BS. Can you guys go now so I don't get yelled at by my boss? I swear, don't make me get the weed whacker on them. You guys better go now. We've had weed whacker problems in the past. Okay. See you soon at the club. so nice to take a walk to the local shops. Something about it is very charming. Even though I'm spending more money for the same stuff as a cheaper gas station. I'm not sure what flavor of those mini candy making kits I want. Oh, I want those. Where you make like, okay. They all taste pretty bad. But I have no idea how they get all those textures out of those powders with water. ... Probably gonna go with the noodles and the fake beer one today. Love that fizz. Hello? Yuri? Who is this? It's Nagy, you dumb... Extreme crying. This is Nagy extremely crying. Why are you crying? I'm sorry. Sniff. I'm sorry. What's going on? First, we're going to surprise you with the best collab of the project you ever see. Well, that's some high confidence in ourselves. Sure, whatever. We were going to start shooting, but then a little worker comes over and says I can't make film in the location. Where are you? In the park near the school. We thought it'd be fully public for anybody, but it turns out it's just open to the public. Oh. How much equipment were you setting up? The camera store guy let us rent a lot of stuff. Oh, okay. Do they go to your school or our school? She does. So no weird school rules we have to worry about. That's great. For now, I would like to scout out for another location. Remember that terrible phrase that filmmakers use sometimes? It's easier to get than... Oh, it's get forgiveness. And this is a true statement. It's easier to get forgiveness than to get permission. But this is a terrible phrase because it could possibly get you in a lot of trouble. I did almost get in trouble for doing exactly what they just did. I'm calming down Nagy with a snack. We will look for a new location. Oh, I officially... So I put my glass on top of a pink sticky note, and the pink sticky note stained my table. Now it has like a permanent red circle. Oh, no. Is there any way to get that? I'll find a way later. Sounds great. So I will see you, Nagy. See you soon. Of course. Of course. Who was that? What was that? Got enough sleep for once this weekend. I feel though I'm forgetting something. ... Oh yeah. Ururu's floppy disk. Should I bring it? What do you think? I only give one choice. Yeah, no, not that was Poi. So that one's a new one. The other one that you liked is never showing up again as far as I remember. I think I know Poi. I love how I give myself just no choice. I give myself one choice. Might as well. As my grandmother said, oh God. Pull the plug and let me finally die. I hate seeing you kids. Oh man. It's the bio test today, and he has completely forgotten about it because of the club. I completely forgot about the bio test today. Hope for the sake of you monkeys and your future careers not to mess up this bio exam. We will make you take this course again in full during our vacation. ... What was that, Yuri? Wait, I think it's a swear. I'm glad you're honest. It also sounds like you didn't study, which is punishment enough. The test is gently handed to me by another classmate. I can smell the freshness of the ink. Love that smell. Wait, I know this. I took this test before, I swear. Maybe at my old school? I don't know, but it's getting fuzzy. I might as well ask. You remember these for the last time? Excuse me? Teacher looks back slowly with a frustrated look all over her face. Didn't we already take this test like a week ago? ... Weirdest way to weasel out of a test I've ever heard. Shut up and take the test. Oh, this is a real test. I don't know how many of you guys want to actually take it with me, but plants are made up of air, water, soil, cells. And I guess there is water with it, but I'll try to... Seeds contain the start of a problem. Second seed, cell. They need a start of... I'm going to say plants. Most plants get most of their food through the process of soil absorption. Food chaining. What? Water binding. Which of the following isn't a micronutrient? Oxygen, sulfur, nitrate. Nitrogen? What does the micronutrient boron do to plants? Call wall develop? That's supposed to be cell wall, not call wall. Call wall. You know, call wall. Okay. I'm gonna say, what do micronutrient magnesium do in plants? Oh, the parentheses is a little off. Okay. What does the magnesium? Manganese. I know this is all real stuff I looked up. Builds chloroplasts? What is an ion? Electric charged atoms, I think. What are the building blocks of plants NRA and DNA? Amino acids? What is something a plant's roots not to do? What is something that the plant's roots do not do? I'm gonna say none of the above. I ain't no biologist, ma'am. What can help a plant in terms of their roots? Rocks and soil. Think rocks and soil. What are flowering plant known as? Not sure which one will be. Ribinoids. What is the active plant fungi Symbomus called? Starching. The blank male part of the plant. Stamen. What produces pollen of a plant? Anthen? The blank is the female part of the flower. I guess. Lower plants such as blank and blank produce spores. Lower plants. Moss and ferns. What does a bee gather from plants? Sugar-based acids or I guess nectar. Why do plants produce fruit? Bypass excess sugar, so you seeds, because they're just nice people, to attract animals which will protect plants from others. What is it called when a seed starts to grow? I guess. Why do seed-based plants want the seeds to disperse rather than stay close together? Non-green algae and fungi are not classified. The evaporation of water from pores that it's almost over. Germination of plant needs. Where plant need. Pencils down. The test is over now. And like some teachers, I'm gonna grade these on the spot and tell you your grade in front of everyone. So the dorks get picked on, the idiots get laughed at. This is the perfect time to be an average person in this crazy world. Seriously? Ling, let's start off with a nice 5 out of 25. Way to go, idiot. My old man's gonna beat me for this. Good for him. Yuri. Looks like Captain Stupid has graced us with his presence. I can't think of careers for you now, but telemarketer is always a great choice. Better brush up on getting that into... Oh, man. Sorry. That wasn't very nice. Or the guy who makes sure you're tall enough to ride the roller coaster at the amusement parks. I do have where she says something depending on how high of a score you got. Man, it was nice finally getting that test over with. Felt like it was on my mind for weeks. Well, here we go again. So that bio test was a bit lame today, don't you think? That wouldn't have such a problem if you studied. Stop acting like you're a big know-it-all. Now, Nagi, you can't follow Kimmy for being a know-it-all. It's in her nature. Well, thank you. I think. ... Who are you guys? You're not Nagi. Yes, I am. Why are you acting so weird, Yuri? You're not Kimmy. Yuri, you have to calm down. I'll be a papa squat and take a nap while I find a new tape. I do feel kind of sleepy stressed from that test. Wait, is that... This is not, that's meant to be Yuri. It's meant to be me. I just gotta be me. Okay. Do feel kind of sleepy stressed. Yuri? Feel a bit better, Yuri? I actually do. Sorry about that, guys. Hey, it's fine. We all have our moments. As I stand up, I remember Uruhu floppy disk is in my backpack. Forgot Tatsuo. I found this the other day. It's Uruhu's floppy disk. Changed Tatsuo to normal, but the finger near the mouth like questioning, curious. Is that Uruhu's? ... Let me see it. I think it has another one of those animations on it. I wasn't sure how you guys would want me to handle it. ... Should we play it? Feels weird taking someone's property without permission like this. But showing all of her stuff at the festival tonight may be a good way to remember her. Unless the quality is garbage, then we can just pitch it. You know? Watching a dead girl's film without her permission. I mean, it might be good for the festival to kind of honor her. So maybe we should watch it for it. Come on, guys. Let me see it. Tatsuo, why'd you do that? Must have slipped. My mind. What does that mean? No way you slipped. So, guys, our newest member should be coming any minute. Look at that timing. ... Really? So glad you could join us. Really. They keep stepping in front of each other. Yes, well, thank you for having me. Hey, don't give me any heads up on the new member coming. You should at least give me approval before trying to get a Ururu replacement. We told Yuri and he said it was fine. Oh. Yuri told you it was fine? Yuri, did I ask Tatsuo if it was fine? Yuri, did you ask Tatsuo if it was fine? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Tatsuo, you're being rude. I'm being rude? You guys are the one that let this homely girl in here. Whoa, she went there. I'm homely? Oh, jeez, of course you aren't. You really think so? You look lovely. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Thanks, what was your name again? Boy, we're all standing right here. No use of whispering. Oh, she's whispering all this. Yes. It's Yuri. While you guys introduce yourselves to each other, I have to take a walk and clear my head. I feel like I caused a huge problem within the group. I don't want to be a homewrecker. You're not. Tatsuo was just being a little cranky is all. So what's this film about that you made? And not to jump on top, but Okami and I have a collab done too. So we got two choices, it looks like. Yuri, will you do the honors? Who's going first? Let's have Poi. So there should have been music probably added to this, but as a reference, I am making the pretzels that they ate towards the beginning of the game. But once again, I got a friend to do this. If we don't know, my name's not on it. Nothing of me is on it. I'm not part of that film at the beginning. I try to keep completely like nothingness of me. So this is yeah, I want to be as like secretive as I possibly can. And that waffle pretzel thing, oh my god, it's gross. You've been to that bagel place too? Yes. I love how they mix it up every month. Look at her on the right. Oh no. What a face. I love how they mix it up every month. Try to copy some of the stuff. Look. Wait. Wait a minute. Let me see how to... Wait, game capture. That is a very, very handsome face. Looks like a Muppet. Yeah. Kayla will go back. We'll make it back to normal. Feel better, everybody? Okay. Honestly, did something wrong, and they were all solid as a rock. You can tell the Waltzel didn't keep its shape. Thus, you just kind of put the waffle on top. I actually use pretzel dough for that as well. A material for tonight's nightmare, you have no idea. That is kind of a nightmare look. So it could be used as a weapon. It was so hard. You just won't tell them at the showing then. We're planning on this festival to beat the pants off of the other festivals that day at the school. Wow, that sounds really exciting. I'm glad you think that too. Oh, this is the other film. Those masks I tried so hard to make, and they were so difficult, and I cannot believe I made these people wear them. I can't even watch this. I can't. My eyes are closed. being. I remember the audio not looping weird like this. Well, that was insane. You don't need to say it. I know it's the best thing ever. Who decided the bread? The scenery is all Okimi's idea for me having 2 fights with the bread was mine. I have to say it was very funny making this. Yes, and the bread was really cheap, and I got it because it was like super hard. Like, they became real weapons. Luckily, no one was hurt. I liked that wraparound shot that one of you did when they first started fighting. That was all Nagi. Yep, I'll be on that one. What was your opinion, Poi? Me? Yeah, you're part of this club, so you can say things. Sure, I thought it was pretty funny with that twist ending. I really wish you're able to film where I worked. My boss is really cranky. Oh, it's fine. Good practice on getting kicked out of locations. Taught us a lesson in planning. So it was mostly handheld? Mostly, yes. A few shots were put on a tripod. I think that's the right amount of violence to not offend. That's great. I'm looking forward to showing it to everyone at the festival. And what time is it? Probably look over that bio test. Who am I kidding? I never took any notes. I'll have to skim the book. Don't be like me, kids. ... We both know you didn't study, fool. Can you blame me for not studying? No, but you should have been a yes. Great grammar, Ururu. I am so sorry that I can't form a coherent sentence. Looks like you're gonna be late to school. Time sure flies when time and space doesn't matter anymore. Duh. You're right. School time. Taking a walk to school time. Studied really hard on that bio test today. Flashcards are only the real way to do it. You also can do something rubber duck in it. I think that's what it's called. It's where you try to explain a problem to a rubber duck instead of keeping your confusion to yourself. My cousin, who's a programmer, does this. ... Oh, looks like club time already. I feel more calm. I'm sorry, Poi. That's okay, Tatsuo. You're just showing passion and keeping the club in line. So did I miss any films? Poi just played hers. Jury's played hers? Judy. We all did yesterday. It was about making pretzels at the Stutter pretzel place at the mall. We can replay it if you want. No, I can watch it later after the meeting. Okay, your call. So you have something for us to show at the festival at least? We really need something from the president of our club. It would look like kind of unprofessional without president having anything in the festival. And honestly, getting really sick of your excuses. ... At that moment, I had to choose if I show my film or pretend I went missing. It went missing. What would the other members think of my film? Would they see me as a complete fraud? ... Tatsuo. Alright, fine. What's fine? My project sucks, okay? It sucks. Is that what you wanted to hear? It's better than not hearing nothing. Honestly, getting sick of you not showing us anything. I could care less if it was terrible. Play the tape. Do it.
あなたはこれについてテストされてますか？それであなたは私に何を言いたいですか？何でも。何でも？何でも。あなたはこれについてテストされてますか？でも私はちょっとつまらない人です。コンタクトレンズについて話してください。あのランプ落ちそう。くそ！私はあなた自身のセーターにいじめっ子。カメラが倒れそう。つまんないよそれ。コンタクトレンズはもうすぐ到着するかもしれません。大丈夫？
See, I told you. I was trying to do dialogue to impress Yuri since no one has tried it yet, and it failed. It's okay. You're trying. You're getting better. But I'm the leader of this club. I started all of this. I pretend to know a lot more than I did. I was the one who bought the VHS tapes. Tatsuo, you shouldn't feel pressure to impress us in the least. It'll be 1,000 times harder to improve if you worry about people judging you. You're gonna judge me when I tell you that I broke the camera. You did what? I broke it. I already bought into the camera shop and the lens was fine, but we owe him 85,000 yen. We can't afford that. It's too late now. I think you should pay between the lack of your overall effort in filmmaking and you being rich. I told you my parents won't let me touch the money. My parents will let me touch their money for anything. I'm sorry, but I'm not throwing in any of my hard work and money for your problem. Oh, Okami, don't be like that. Thought you were a nicer person than that. I am, but I'm not going to pick the pieces up of someone who barely really deserves it. I did not. I think I also got those 2 actors from Fiverr, and that one actor was in a class of mine. And I just made her put that on, and I added voices from Fiverr, and I don't know what I told them to do, but what to say, but there it is. Man, Okami, It's really getting hardcore. If she's going to be the leader, she's got to be more involved. As far as I'm concerned, Yuri's been the leader this whole time. Are you saying you don't respect me as the president? Exactly. Stop being a bitch. You big old... Why, you little... My nose! Let's get through the festival. Then we'll worry about that later. We can't be fighting like this. Let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump right into it. Oh, Kimmy likes to punch. Hello, Rose here. You're making a great film today. And if you happen to watch these tapes out of order, please stop. These tapes are pretty short, so I highly recommend you go with the previous tapes. Okay, this is all about audio. Compression, velocity, pitch, timbre. Kimmy likes throwing hands. So this is all you can do this on your own time. I don't wanna... We don't have time to go through all of this, but this is all about audio and quality and types of microphones and how different types and how they work and why you would use one over the other. Those are pretty informative. They are. So you been watching a tape like that in every meeting? Yes, but I wouldn't see any reason why Tatsuo wouldn't let you borrow them to catch up. Even though your film was great. The way you shot the overhead looked difficult. It's not hard if you have the right equipment. Oh, so you have your own stuff? I have a super old camera I bought at a garage sale, but I used my phone for that one. I also have kind of an old tripod, but I use my tripod with the selfie stick attached to have it where it fits perfectly above my hands. It's pretty cool because my phone has sort of a small gyroscope with a virtual bubble in the middle of the screen. So I was on the ladder to adjust it all and crossed my fingers when I set it up so that all I could see if it changed during filming. You know a lot then. I don't know much technical stuff with the next step of bigger cameras. This was what I was talking about. You don't need much to start off to do certain projects. Not having certain equipment does not make it harder, but people have to come up with clever ideas to get around things. There have been some major film festival winners that only shot with their phone. But like I said, if you're really interested in film or photography, it's just nice to know how all of it works. Hey, where'd Tatsuo go? So do you think you people don't dialogue in their films because of the potential hassle of recording on site? Yes, it is. Now, I wouldn't say that. I have to say it was a bit more in our mind. We knew it was going to be messing trying to get audio. Some films we just want to talk with you and imagine with images and not words. Some films just want to talk to you with images and not words. You actually see TV shows or movies that rely too much on dialogue to the point where it could be a radio show. Yes, show not tell is always a good saying to go by. That's because we're tired of... We tried to do audio, but it sounded horrible. All grainy and poppy. We should take a field trip one day and do the audio equipment and work with dialogue. Definitely would be up for that. Everyone loves field trips. Getting back to the lecture on tapes, is there a way for me to view the previous ones to get up on speed? We've done a few of them already. I know Tatsuo has the collection if you want to see. Where did Tatsuo go? Look, Okimi. Yes? Did you see where Tatsuo went? She made a hard right when leaving, so I'm guessing the restroom, Yuri. Can we see the art that you've been drawing? Sorry if you were focused and we're throwing you off of your game. Can I see what you've done so far? Sure. That's beautiful. Is that Tatsuo? Yes. Yes, it is. The watercolor in this looks really pretty. So Tatsuo just kind of ran out of there? Yeah, everyone likes field trips. Thank you, Yu-Chan, for catching that. It looks like it. You better go find her. You don't want a president leave you when you have a new member. Everything okay? I feel there seems a lot of good field trips. Seems to be a lot of emotions going on. There can be, but it can be very kind with us so far. But they've... Hold on, where did I put it? I found it. I'm reading these a little bit wrong sometimes. Sorry. There can be, but you have been very kind with us so far. Okay. Thank you, Yuri. So hey, take this chocolate bar for good luck in case she needs it. Why? Just bring it, just in case. Think of it as a bribe to calm herself down. Man, how long have we been in the classroom today? There's no one in the halls. Time flies. Tatsuo? I stand right next to the girls' room. Feel like a creep talking through the girls' room, but something's going on with Tatsuo. I can hear sounds coming from the stall. Tatsuo? Is that you? You probably look at me like a big loser. I don't. I'm just concerned. Why do you think that? What's going on with you? Tatsuo, will you be more willing to talk if I come in there? And if so, is it luxurious as the rumors say? I don't know. I've never been in the guy's bathroom. It's all got the normal stuff like a couch. You got a couch? We barely have soap. So just tell me what's going on. I'm sorry. Sorry for what? When I first ran into you. It was one of those stupid stereotype run into a person kind of thing. That never happens in the real world. Don't you get it? I think. I'm not sure. What is it? Stay there, Yuri. Don't kid yourself. We could just end on good terms. Things like that just don't work out. You know what I'm saying? No. That some people say when the others say no. That some people say when the others say no. Or worse yet, claim to be already in a relationship. I try to slowly stand. If I can't have you, no one. Stop. Ken. Stop. It feels like I'm falling. I'm falling into melting roses onto. They're warm. I slowly sink in. I embrace the next day. Okay, people. Listen up, we don't have much more time for this project. We had to push through. Boss upstairs getting kind of restless. Boss, come on, we're doing our best. I guess your best needs to be better. Cue the card. Cue the music, Ike. Got it. What time is it? It's 2 in the morning. Hello? Hey. Nagi? It's 2 in the morning. Shut up, I know. Just come down to school now. I want your opinion of a place at school that'll be the best for the festival. Aside from just another classroom. Nagi, it's 2 in the morning. Can you just show it to me later today after the club? I'm already here, so you're going to feel really bad if you just left me waiting here almost 5 hours before school start. Almost 5 hours before school starts. Nagi, I can barely keep my eyes open. Just come down, please. Dot, dot, dot. Fine. Great. See you in less than an hour. What's wrong with me? Putting my phone on silent from here on in. Wish the bus came this early. I assumed she would be here. I don't really want to call. I see you. Just close your eyes for a second. I'm gonna hang up, but you'll hear, you'll be here. Wait, I'm gonna hang up, but you'll be here tell you when you can open them. That sentence makes no sense. And we're close to the jump scare, but I'll turn off the sound so you don't have to worry about it. It was not intentional when it first happened. I guess since I made it this far. You can open them. What is this? It's for you. You want the sound? You want the sound? Okay. It's for you. Since I first met you, Yuri! I can't believe you came. What? I just can't believe you came so early just to see me. What? How'd you know all about this? Yuri and I planned it. I just have so many different emotions going on through me. I turn all warm when I see you. What the are you doing? I just want to express you got to be kidding me. I can't do this. What? Wait, I didn't even get your letter. Doesn't matter anymore. I hope Poi drops dead before the festival. She doesn't mean that, does she? Look, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk home. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna think over my life choices over the past few weeks. So you have the same emotions for me as I do to you? I don't even know you. It's been like only a day. See you at the club then, maybe. I think I gotta quit this club. At the end of the day, technique can only go as far in creating a movie that captivates people. If you think of it like a book, even if a book uses the finest expensive papers and a hand leather bound cover, it can still be unreadable. Now, it's quite a bit different for film. You can know all about these techniques forward and backwards. But if you can't create a story, you have nothing. You have a car with no gas, a window without a view, a frame without a painting, a shoe without a foot, an eclair without the custard, a garden without plants, a gun without a bullet, a bike with no wheels, a pine without a fish, a muffin without a top, a purse without love. Sometimes I worry that's how you can be described. Me? Why is that? This is a big speech on how films can be hollow without that special things need. I just have never seen you without love. Just a bunch of likes. Nagi, well, he got some this morning. Really? Not at the least. She stares blankly at the door recently closed by Nagi. Kimmy? Kimmy, are you alright? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I feel I need to go see Nagi. Hey, Yuri, what a pair of goofs. Looks like you got a pair of crushes here. Why don't I get crushes like that? It's not like I tried, but no build up it. I unconditionally have feelings for you. Saved you from any more confusion. Do you know what it's like to have a heart to ache? It's like small and cold. Like a small ice cube that's held inside of you with spider web. I can't say I have. Is that how you feel? Yes, almost every day. It's not like it hurts 24/7. See? Look what you have done. Now this whole novel is trying to scare you by how much you've tried to been messing with it. How have I been messing with it? You just click and we'll try it again. Here I am. Old school blew up in a fiery frenzy due to a student who I thought was a good idea to blow up the school because I didn't want to take that bio exam. It's my first day as a transfer. I'm quite... Okay, we get it, we get it. New school, new student, new high school, I'm guessing. Huh? Who is that? Forgot to shoot. I mean, this is to the spirit of the... You're dead. Ooh, spooky noise. Grandpa? Yes, Grandpa. I'm coming back for a spirit to help my grandson deal with issues of his new situation. Wait, why should I believe this? Because if you don't, I'm going to take out the rest of your family the same way I went out. Uh-oh. Grandpa's angry. I think I've officially lost my mind completely. No, you're all right. Let's get out of here. You're going to be late for school. Today's the big festival. I came back so I can see your little film festival. Let's get out of here. Okay, I guess. Wow, I can't believe this. It's my first. I'm going to stop you there. Honestly, no one cares. Most play through these through the female cutscenes. Waifus, they call them. So you could be looked at as a necessary evil to make people pretend they're playing this for the story. But you're all over 18 because I can really get weird really fast for some of these players. I have zero idea what you're talking about. Sure, keep telling yourself that. Doesn't matter. Just try your best to do it on your bio test. I think I was supposed to have zero. I think this is supposed to be Grandpa, not Yuri. Taking a picture. Okay. Sure, keep telling yourself that. Doesn't matter. Just try to do your best to do well on your bio test. Oh my god, I have a bio test. It's multiple choice. Try your best. I'm sorry, why are there decorations everywhere again? It's a club festival day. Your fishing club is going to have a demo so they can clean and cook bass. I'm in a fishing club? Yep. Guess I can figure that stuff. Bam. Oh, my mouse. My mouse. Didn't realize the bam. ... Jeez. Yep. Told ya. This is what brings in the players. I'm so sorry. I was running late for my bio class and I wasn't paying attention. Is that... Aren't you out of dress code? Hey, everyone at the school wears the same uniform. Stop. This is garbage and you know it, Yuri. Let's get out of here. Should we just cancel the film festival? Or at least reschedule it to see if they'll let me use the same room? I don't know where Tatsuo is. And sick. That's like the whole club. We shouldn't even really make any decisions without them. How about I try to call Tatsuo and so we can find a way to get Yuri? Make the phone calls. I'll get Yuri. I can't find my phone. Wait, I need the sad music for that. I can't find my phone. Ugh. Oh yeah, I used to put... there's There's a story on why there's numbers. Take mine. Don't just drop or lick it. Will do. I mean, won't do. Why would she think I would lick her phone? There's a giraffe. The Big Dipper? No, wait. I know. It's that purple thing that goes along with the train track after it rains near the deli. Hello. This is Rose, one of the most important parts of filmmaking. It's talking all about the broad ideas of filmmaking and mushing them all together. That's what's called mise-en-scene. I will be putting up multiple different examples of film during this. So you can just really start to feel the difference in film. This can be done in so many different ways and for so many different reasons. Let's get started. Don't even know how to put the little mark over the first E in the scene. Don't worry, you can just pronounce it bad at first and get the Frenchman to correct you. I wonder if the sound effect is playing it. It's supposed to be a sound effect after each one. I don't think I can hear it. There's supposed to be like a sound after every click. Mise-en-scene is overall feel of the film and all parts of it to make it so. You'll not have enough money to get your dream film done, sorry. Though I'm using most of this money I'm earning for smokes and gambling. I will use some of my fund for future projects as well. If you crave something deep with meaning that would hit the world hard, most likely you'll get a big fat check handed to you. On the other hand, if you want to create a narrative that takes you out of the world, suspend of disbelief they call it, when I get into the film world and forget about their own, you'll probably not get as much funds as the deep ones. This isn't all the cases, so at least starting some sort of film fund for money you can get a job. So at least starting some sort of film fund from money you get from your job can help. And if you show multiple films that show you're ready for the big times, that's when you'll get the funding. Don't worry about my negativity. I'm gonna go back and don't worry about my negativity. Aim for the stars, but expect to fall and eat dirt is what I say. Set the bar so low that it's buried underground. So, mise-en-scene is the feel of the film, the visuals of the film, all the separate parts that create an atmosphere that goes along with the story that helps the viewer put the piece of the puzzle together. The simplest idea is where you have having a conversation with two people that can radically change by the visuals of it. You may think if two college students are talking about, how do I miss these? I'm gonna try not to talk. Taking an exam in the hallway of the school as the bell rings, and people start to go in the classroom, paints a different picture than if the same conversation was taking place on a cruise ship. Then it would be a location category. Other aspects would be color. Are the color vibrant and loud, or are they washed out? Black or white or color? Second would not only be locations, but overall established world. Are they living in mansions with bright summer days, or are they living near crumbling stone houses with bullets flying and no grass to be seen? Is it taking place in the 1970s or the 1400s? Props can also flesh out this idea. You wouldn't really need to see a horse and buggy going down the main street unless it's around 1900s. How's the character dressed up also plays a factor. I'm gonna try to go through this faster, sorry. Close. Even their haircut and makeup can tell a story. There are also concepts for lighting, speed of film, and camera used. But we're going to keep it to the basics as of now. I'm Rose. We'll see you in the next volume. End lecture. My name is Ranako Shushimi. I'm 18 years old and going to Sencha High School. There's a boy I like. His name is Tenshi Yomada, and... What was that? Let me guess. He's a new student and the player never gets to see him. Kind of. Take your things and get the out of here. Door closes. Talk to your high school about your dress code too. Can't believe they still have that is still going on. I feel the schools, animators, artists, and writers should realize that 13-year-olds shouldn't dress like that. But who am I to judge? Plus, they're actually 18 years old, I forgot. 18. Remember that. I shouldn't let things like that get to me this much. Hello, my name is Ursa, and this whole thing isn't even about me. Nor that I just yelled that out. She is sadly one of those quiet types. But she's not the, ooh, I'm so frail and weak, please help me carry my books and I can awkwardly fall on you as make eye contact. No, that is not my friend. She goes along with America's 26th President Theodore Roosevelt way. Speak softly and carry a big stick. Okay, that's enough for me right now. Don't panic, I'll be back. Let's have Rose take it over now. By the way, you're stuck in Rose's mind. Kind of like a little ghost peeking through her eyes. You may be able to pull some strings later, too. Would ask you your name, but it doesn't matter. You're officially Rose. See you later. What a lovely room. And house. And street. And school. I'm so overjoyed, Clarence. Haven't ever seen you this happy before. Your birthday is going to be great. Oh, can't wait to see what you bought me. Tell me. Actually, don't tell me. Do whatever you want. You'll see. Hey, Rose. Did you do that math homework? You know I did. It was more than a lead-up question as to if... That was more of a lead-up question as if I can copy it. Like every single day. I'll give it to you when we go to class. Thanks, Rose. I owe you. Cynthia? Pretty cool. We're getting the day off school for this. Looks like someone's fresh on the market. The one girl jumped out and is dead by accident. Right, King Ursa? It's terrible. Terrible, yes. But also factual. And those are the facts. And I can't let them go to waste. Clarence. Hey, Rose. Hey. It's Clarence, correct? Yes, you're right. You damn. Well, no. You're the most popular student is. What? Nothing. Rose? Yes. My name is Ursa. Great, glad to meet you. Oh my god. She okay? Yeah, she's just being a baby because she has a crush on you. She fainted, nothing else. I'll give her some smelling salts after this. Well, I'm honored. Seems to a lot been professing their love to me today. Hitting on someone after their girlfriend died an hour ago is a bit much. I would have to agree. Anyway, just so I know, you're the head of the mental health club that meets on Fridays, right? Yeah, that's me. I don't want to say I didn't believe that there aren't mental health issues out there. I kind of felt like it was used to be for crazy people. But I really need to talk to someone badly. I don't want to open my feelings to any guy friends. I don't want any girls here to think I'm after them. So I meet up with you in a therapy session? I can help out, sure. It's what I want to do as my career someday, so it'll be good practice. How much do you charge? No money, Clarence. That's crazy for you to think I want something for this. Come on, I have to do something for you. Here, tell you what. If you can today, we'll meet at this cafe and I'll buy you something tomorrow. They have some small desserts and drinks. Here's the place. Wait. Isn't this the address for a maid cafe? Tea Room MC? A maid cafe? I made everything in the background pixel by hand in Blender, and it took forever. Welcome home, mistress. Excuse me? Hey, Rose, over here. I made all that in the background. Can you believe it? Isn't this place wild? That's one way of putting it. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done so far. It means a lot. I haven't really helped yet. You've had a rough week, Clarence, and I appreciate you talking to me. I really had a gift bought, but I couldn't return it for Cynthia. So the gift was this gift card here? Yes. So we're eating from a dead girl's date gift. That's one way to look at it. Hello everyone, welcome to Tea Room MC. Let me first explain the menu before we go on. You first can pick one of 6 starter packs, the first being 3 hours later. Blah, 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 blah. Choose your soda girl flavor and sparkle shine straw and blah, blah, blah. There. It's that simple. Here you are. We'll start you with this. Masters and Mistress Meow Meow Water. Be careful not to drink too much or you turn into a cat. I present you this furry shaka shaka magical drink. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, yes, thank you. We first have to sing. Please practice with me. Copy what I say. Fury, fury. Fury, fury. Fury, fury. Shaka, shaka. Shaka, shaka. Right, right. Yes, yes. After that, you're going to repeat everything I say after that, okay? Okay, great. Good, thank you. Okay, let's go. Fury, fury. Fury, fury. Shaka, shaka. Shaka, shaka. Moi, moi. Moi, moi. Nyan, nyan. Nyan, nyan. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Pion, pion. Pion, pion. Fwa, fwa. Fwa, fwa. Waku, waku. Waku, waku. Doki, doki. Doki, doki. Oi, shikutaro. Oi, shikutaro. Oi! Saw that in a video. Oi. Oi. Perfect. Thank you so much. Here's your drink. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome, mistress. I will be right back. Don't even think they wanted... I don't think I ever want to be called mistress again. But it won't hurt their feelings. Just play along. All stupid fun. Some of these old guys are a little pervy, to be honest. Do you know that you'll get a little goofy credit card looking thing when you come here? And if you come more than that, you'll get upgraded. And if you come 5,000 times, you get the ultimate super black card. 5,000 times? I'm not really going for that. It's only the second time I've been here. A little bit of me likes Shing and sugar. Oh, never knew this guy was such a kid inside. And how he makes himself out to be at school. Something wrong? No, sorry. I'm good. So how'd you first meet Cynthia? I feel beginnings are just as important as ends when it comes to remembering the joy you've had with someone. We actually met here, if you can believe. Mungos, I hope you're okay. Yeah. She worked here. I don't have a thing necessarily for maid costume stuff, but just wanted to see how goofy this place really was. She worked here and I thought she was doing a whole fake flirt thing because that's how they make the money. along with drawing a cute panda on their omelette rice, and taking pictures with you, and playing board games with you, and getting their autographs. Actually, I think coming here alone is like going to prom by yourself, but 1,000 times worse. To pay someone to play a child's board game, that is the truth. I don't know. It was actually against the rules to learn about maids outside of life. When we learned we went to the same school, we kind of did a secret deal to meet at school, but kept it all professional in the cafe. I was a really lucky person. Here's Amu rice. We have to make it tasty now. Make it a heart, okay? Make a heart. Okay. Moi moi nice. Here we go, moi moi Q, okay? So we do it, this becomes a lot more yummy. Okay? Sounds like a plan. Good, master. Now big smile. Moi moi. Let's go now. Moi moi Q. Wonderful job, everyone. This looks good, Shan. Pink curry. Whoa, I almost fell. You're safe, master. No worries for you. Let's say this magical spell together. Grab one of the wands. So, do you like how I made this? And I try to make it look like PS1 graphics with the, like how I made it a square and how I pixelated even after the, making of the images on Unity. Took forever to make these things. It's okay. Really? Cool. Quick, grab one. Ready? Alright. Let's all do the magic spell together. Puare, pinku noi ni nair. I don't know. Hey, it worked. Pink curry. Ungos has said nothing in a long time, and it scares me. Congratulations. Here are your pancakes. Aren't they cute? We need to say the secret word to get them as sweet as we can, okay? Wait. Audrey? Clarence? Oh my goodness, Clarence, I didn't see you there. Give me a big hug here. Nah. Remember, no touchy, my fellow maid. Can't break the rule. It will start a chain reaction to the other customers. And that would be catastrophic. So no touchy-touchy. Sorry, fellow maid. That is okay. Oh, look, a performance is about to start. You can finish helping Master and Mistress here with their pancakes. Yes. So, is this a date between the two of you then? No, I'm asking Clarence, thank you. Go on. No, she's the head of the mental health club after school, and I thought she could help me out through this. But it looks just like a date. No, Audrey, it's not a date. Don't worry. How do you know my name? And you'll see why I did this at the end. To start with, Clarence already said that. Second, you're in the same math class as I am. Plus, your blue hair is peeking out a bit. What? Where? Oh, I'm so going to get fired. I'm just kidding, you're fine. Why aren't you into mechanics? Seems like the last place you would. Shut up. I try to get a job at the gas station where this pays more than twice as much. So I'm just swallowing my pride and pretending not to hear lewd comments to pay for my newest project. Hey, no judging here, girl. Well, it sure seemed like it. I can't believe you're able to convince Clarence to go out with you. Audrey, I invited her. She was a bit reluctant, but I was able to convince her, haha. Reluctant? Still hard for me to believe, but you know where you'll find me, Clarence. I know. Damn. Right, you know. Did Moonghost run away because he was scared? What? Forget it. And yes, this is the same game as from the beginning. So, if you want to upgrade your maid cafe to the gold package, let me know. I can get you hooked up with the easy. Wow. Completely lost track of time, guys. Going to be late for my tutoring. Here's a gift card with some extra cash with some extra money in case it doesn't cover everything. Just give it to him at the end. See ya. Oh, okay, Clarence. Goodbye, Master. Rose. So, can I take a stab at him if you're not going out with him? Sure. Do you mind waiting for me and tell me a bit more about what you talked about when you get off of work? Can't talk about subjects like this while I'm working. I'd like to know where his mental stance is right now after today. I really shouldn't say personal stuff like that. Plus, we really didn't talk that much at all. Basically doing all those weird spells to make our eggs and drinks taste better. So not sure what to tell you here. Come on, I want to help him out a little bit. Just a little advice on him at least. You're a mental health girl, so I have to know a little bit about relationship advice. Dun dun dun. I'll tell you about what I want him to write in his diary. He has a diary? No, I'm gonna get him one tomorrow. Okay. My shift is almost over. Just wait outside the cafe. I'll be there literally 5 minutes. Can't wait to take this fluffy, gross costume anyway. It's quite a blunt way of saying it. Off. I think I forgot to say off. How are we doing, guys? There was a big drop in silence when this visual novel took a turn. Took a turn. It's quite a blunt way of saying it. I'll see you in a minute then. Okay, I'll see you and hope everyone's doing awesome. Remember, smile, smile, and my voice. Or there might be some problems. Go on. Keep your smile, fellow maid. Can I take my picture with you before you go? Play along, please. 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 It's part of your package, and you don't want me to leave without one. Because he'll check. And if you don't input, the main maid won't be happy with me. Sure. Super duper. You can wear the bunny or cat ears. I'll let you pick. Okay. Bunny it is then. Say cheese. Goodbye, mistress. We hope to see you again soon. It's about 10 minutes. Kind of want to leave, but I don't want to be mean. I'll give her 5 more minutes then. Do you like it? Is that a tank? Tester 4-20. Resolution of tank is too low. Make out what it is. Is this supposed to be a tank? If so, please rework. With all my tips from those gross men, I was able to buy enough old parts online to build this bad boy. I know that you're not interested in Clarence, but I can't take any chances. His heart will be on my hand soon enough, while yours is going to be splattered on the pavement. What? Gonna try to kill you, of course, duh. I can see he has something for you. And if he has 2 girls die in the same week, it's such a good chance for me to get to him. I would start running if I were you. That's not gonna happen. Hey, don't rip that pipe off my tank. This took forever to build. So now I have her, I have a pipe from her tank. And originally this was going to be like a Unity game where it was actually hitting, but instead it turned into this. So every click is me hitting her with a pipe. Hit sound effects sound somewhat inappropriate. Tester 1120. Tester 1520. Opinion on changing just the hit sound to take out vocals. Rose. Gulps. Breathe out. That was perfect timing for the scare. Oh man. That whole mess. I hope that was a dream. I barely remember what it was about, and I'm in my bed. But it felt real. What came over me? I don't think she died. Time for our last day of school before the police come, I guess. Hey, Rose. Not looking so hot. Ursa. What? Did Clarence try to do something inappropriate with you? He can't pull that shit even if he's adorable. What? No. So Clarence's girlfriend really did die then. Rose, you were there. You talked with him. Weirdo. No, it's just... never mind. Are you honestly okay? Did you talk help her at least? Did your talk help him at least? Do you remember talking to him, I mean? It was a bit weird at first. He met me at a maid cafe. Seriously? Those places are so messed up, Rose. It was kind of fun. Then the girl from our school was there that knew Clarence. And, well, it got kind of crazy. Can't be that crazy. She tried to kill me with her tank. Tut tut tut. Did you try and do some drugs last night? You get into my backpack, did ya? Laugh, laugh. You take drugs? You better not. And if you did, I didn't take any. Who is that girl that tried to kill you then? Is she from our school? It's gonna be awkward if so. It's Audrey. Don't know her last name though. She has short blue hair. I know her from math class, but I know that won't help you know her. Yeah, I don't think we've crossed paths, but I think calling the cops on her would be best. If anything, the cops should be called on me. What? Why? She's the one that almost killed you. It's not like you tried to kill her back. Uh-huh. Dear God. Did you snap? It's always the nice ones you don't suspect to snap. I didn't snap. Okay, Rose, you need to be 100% with me, to be honest. You honestly killed someone? Don't say that so loud. That is awkward, isn't it? Awkward. So, I am like, are we cool? What? Yeah, we're cool. I'm only gonna say it once, and then we're gonna drop it until I decide to turn myself in. I did it out of self-defense. Self-defense that went a bit too far. Whatever, Ursa. Just don't do it again. No sure what else. Not sure. Not sure what else to say. And I have really cool art for these characters too. That didn't make the oh, and that one, well, forget it. I won't. That picture at the very beginning was supposed to be the cover of the PS1 disc. Okay, we'll see you after school. I copied some of your homework while we were talking, if you don't mind. What? How? I have my ways. Class, it looks like Rose set the standard of last week's math test. Oh, Rose. Dork. Another dork comment. He's got to be more clever than that. As the teacher talks, I looked at Audrey's empty corner desk in the window. It's actually a pretty nice place for a test. Maybe I can switch desks and a reward from the teacher. Sorry I'm late, Mr. Turing. Did you finish your homework at least, Jocelyn? Jocelyn? I don't, but I promise to do twice as much next time. Speak to me after class. I see. You know, let's really switch up the roster already. There must be some overcrowding problem. Must have done some lottery on whom gets the desk. Alright, let's focus now. You can literally hear the teacher go from regular words to just babble. I know all this stuff already, so I guess I'll try to practice my meditation. Did I say medication? Practice my medication. No, it was right. Oh dear. I slept through the whole thing. Whatever. I'll figure it out later. Hey, Rose. Hi, Clarence. We didn't talk too much, but it seems like you're in high spirits. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better for just doing goofy stuff yesterday. You remember how one maid was getting yelled at passively by the older maid? Yeah, I think she was probably quite jealous, mostly due to her looks. So you like Audrey then? Who? Hey Rose, And I'll throw in Clarence since you're standing here. You guys going to the dance this Friday? Nah. I'm still dealing with everything, so I don't really want to put myself out there too quickly. Unless you want to go, Rose. As friends, of course. Just wanting to be nice since you're helping me out. It's okay, Clarence. I'm not lonely for anything like that. What about you, Ursa? Clarence, you don't want to go? As friends, at least? Probably not, sorry. Poop. Are you guys gonna at least come to watch the nationals for swimming and diving today? Oh my god, I forgot this character. Completely forgot. I thought we were terrible at sports. We are. Our school is terrible. The only award we have is third place city-run pottery competition. We have a girl that might win the front stroke, backstroke, butterfly, and diving. I'm not sure if there's others, but she has mastered them all. That's the only reason they're holding it here. Let's go now. They might be selling soft pretzels or something. Oh my god, get ready. Go Sento. We need this. We're terrible. She got them all. It's incredible. Proud of her. She's not even doing it in the handicap division. Why would she do it there? I never met her in person. Look, let's go see her. She's over all by herself. Hey, Sento. Gasp. Wow, I had no idea she only had one arm. I wonder why I haven't heard of her before. Hello? Hey, Sento, really nice job out there. Thank you, Clarence. Our school is terrible at sports, so we may even get a day off of school for a celebration or something. You're such an inspiration to us. Are so terrible at sports. Stop saying we're terrible, Ursa. We just don't have the best track record when it comes to all that. Thank you. You must be beating off the guys with a stick. A stick, I mean. Nice, Ursa. Not really, no. Oh, really? I thought everyone was into a successful athlete. Seems like that's not the case. I wonder why that is. Take a wild guess why you think no one wants me, Rose. It's the fact you got one arm, right? Ursa. Sento's a big girl. She knows it. Apologize. Don't scold her for the truth, Rose. I don't want any pity treatment with what I was born. That's not what I meant. Just stop, Rose. No one wants to go with old Stubby. Oh, Sento, that's too much. Old Stubby. I like it. Listen, I'm sorry if I seem angry. Listen, I have no one to celebrate this with. How about you guys come to the bathhouse with me? It's on me. Forgot your parents own one. Must be nice. We have a little fancy pool thing in the back for me to practice with, so I feel pretty lucky. I can show you guys, and you can try it out. I'm sorry, Clarence, but you can't come. Bummer. You can, but you just have to be by yourself on the other side. Male side. Taking a bath by myself? That's crazy talk. That's okay. I can only get in us for free in the morning if that works. There will be literally no one in there since we don't open until 8. Oh goodness, super morning? Can't handle it? It really wakes you up for the rest of the day. Okay, I'll give it a shot then. Rose? Sure, Sento. We'll love to. Would love to. Would love to. I'm hoping that people are not weirded out by how things have just gotten completely ass backwards. But you'll see at the very, very end why I did this. Great. Let's do it tomorrow morning. Maybe you guys can ask around to see if you can find anyone for me. We'll try. And I was thinking of the official ending for Sencha Cinema Society. And then something came up that was very important to me. And it turned into how this had to be the end. I'll explain later. I'll see how long it takes to get to the end. We'll see you guys bright and early. A before school morning bath experience. This will mess up my weekly bath flow. I thought you bathed more than that. You're supposed to? Jeez, Ursa. We're gonna have some sort of intervention tomorrow. But let's at least ask her Sento before going home. I'll ask some of my friends as well. Great, Clarence. You know, you could have asked her out. I know I won't be able to get over the one arm thing. I'm shallow. Shallow? I get it, though. You're honest. We'll see you tomorrow, Ursa. Go to bed early tonight. Fine. And thanks for trying to help as well. I'll try. I think most of my friends have dates. But I'll still try. Great, Clarence. Take care. See you, Rose. Not a single one of my mental health group couldn't go. I hope they're all not lying. Hey, Ursa. Sorry, Rose. I know you're gonna ask, but I couldn't find anyone. We'll just have to try to cheer her up then. But we're all in the same boat. Could start our Lonely Hearts Club. I'm not lonely, I choose this. Sure. Alright, I'm gonna try out the bed early. Try. Try as hard as you can. Good night, Ursa. Ursa. Snore. I really pray she didn't take a bunch of sleeping pills. Hey, Rose. Did you find anyone? No, sorry. I did ask a lot of friends, but they weren't interested. I feel bad. Then why don't you go out with her? I just don't have feelings for her. It would feel like I'm giving her a false hope or something. You can't look at it like that. Well, at least look at me as shallow, but couldn't not stare where her arm would be the whole time. Didn't know you were that cruel, Clarence. I'm sorry. You should be. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, see you later, Rose. I'm sorry. Shouldn't be mad. It's his choice. Just have to cheer up Sentos tomorrow. Sento. Okay, hold on. Alright, okay, so I'm getting tired. So let's save it. Alright, so we're gonna save it. How do you like how things are? Before I shoot off for the day, how do you guys like how it's turning out right now? Any opinions, comments, criticisms, confusion? Part of it was meant for confusion, but part of it, and at the end I'll explain that as I was trying to think of an ending, because I kept getting weirder and weirder, and I was trying to find a way to get an ending. Something kind of semi-important happened in the gaming world, and at the very end, yes, that's the point. That's the point. Okay, so at least we got the point set. So I'm gonna end it here. Tomorrow I'll be here at the same time. I know for a fact we'll get it done tomorrow because I know where I am on this part. So I know maybe we didn't want to change it up to this whole. I almost wanted it to feel like a demo PS1 disc was somehow attached to the back of this visual novel and kind of took over.
you know? Oh. I don't remember exactly how it ends, but I hope we like how it's turning so far, or at least hope to like the confusion of the first part. You know, I that's all I could care about. If you potentially liked the confusing part. So I'm going to so thank you for everyone that is watching. Ooh, I see 5. That is a lot for me. So maybe 6. I should keep going, but I'm going to call it here. Thank you for everyone that watched, and that is all I have to say. I think that's all I got. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? See ya.